Hi, I'm Solène Leroux from Solène Knits, and today I'm going to show you how to catch your floats when you're doing stranded knitting. So first, the first question that people usually ask me is when to catch your floats. And there are different theories about that. Some say that you should catch them every 4 or 5 stitches. My theory is that you should catch your float when there is more than 1 inch worked in one color, because 1 inch is a different number of stitches whether you're working with a bulky or a fingering yarn. So, and I don't think that we should catch our floats more often than that, because it shows a little every time on the right side, and it gives catching the floats too often gives kind of a tweeded look that we usually aren't looking for when we do stranded knitting. So now I'm going to show you how to actually do it. I have my stranded swatch here, and I'm coming to a large portion of white stitches, so I'm going to need to catch my brown yarn behind the work if I don't want to have a long hanging float behind. I do have long floats there, but there are different kind of floats because I'm working my swatch in the round, so I'm going to cut them at the end and lay my swatch flat. So those are different kind of floats. I don't want to trap them behind my work. So the technique is a bit different whether you're working with right hand or the left hand, whether you're working the yarn you want to catch with the right hand or the left hand. So I'm going to first show you with the yarn that I'm working with on the right hand and the yarn that I want to trap on the left hand. So I'm going to just work a few stitches with this one. And now, to trap my brown yarn, I'm going to just put it over the needle here. Then I'm going to knit with my white yarn, and I just knit normally. And when you work that next stitch, you see that the brown yarn gets tangled with the white yarn. And so behind the work, you have that those two yarns tangled up, and there the brown yarn is caught behind the white yarn. So I'm just going to work a few more stitches, and I'm going to show you how to do it with the yarn in the other hand. So I'm going to switch hands. You should not switch hand normally when you're working stranded knitting, because it's best to keep each yarn on each hand throughout the work, but just for the purpose of this demonstration I'm going to show you. So now I'm working with my white yarn in my left hand and the yarn that I want to catch, that brown yarn, in my right hand. So to catch that yarn for the next stitch, so I'm wrapping the yarn around the needle as if I was going to knit it, but I don't knit it, and then I wrap my yarn normally to knit the stitch. And before I can knit it, because as you can see I have those two yarns ready to knit here, I need to unwrap that yarn that I want to catch, and then I can knit the stitch normally. I'm going to show you this one a second time because it's a little bit more difficult. So I wrap my yarn around the needle, then I wrap my working yarn around the needle, I unwrap the yarn that I want to catch, and then I knit the stitch normally. And here you go. So I hope that this tutorial was helpful, and I wish you a very nice day.